everyone, it's your friend Thinknoodles, and welcome to Ask Think episode number 119 for Monday, September 15th, 2014. And this is gonna be a day in history. We'll talk about that in a minute. But first, let's get to the question I asked you guys last week, and that was, who is your biggest role model? Not favorite role model, but who is your role model and why? And the first one is from Anna Wagan, and she said Katniss Everdeen, and I'm not judging at all. That's a great role model. And then Kyle Tavaletti says Walt Disney, because he's so inspirational and created the place I plan to work at when I'm older, which again, really creative. Flick Quirky says her grandmother, because she was in a war camp in Ireland with lots of other women and kids, and she made things a better place there. And then she stopped a child abuser and a car theft. She sounds like a really amazing woman. And Missy Moo says I has Cupcake because she's so beautiful and perfect, and well, she wants to buy her 1,000,000 puppies, and also Diamond Minecart. Callie Eason said her best friend is her role model, and it inspires her to get better grades, be nicer to other people, try different things, and love others even when they're gross, and be BFFs. And that is a great role model, to have a friend like that. Chad Saunders said Robin Williams because he was his favorite actor, and his heart and head were always in the right place, and played in one of his favorite movies, Jumanji, and I love that movie. And absolutely right, Robin Williams was an awesome actor. Flash Aquarius says Daredevil because he didn't give up once he became blind. He just tried harder in life, and that's great when someone has obstacles in their way and they keep on going and keep pushing harder. That's really great. A bunch of people said my wife because she's a doctor, and well, because she's kind of like me and she works really hard and got good grades. Now, a bunch of people chose Batman, and that one totally I did not expect. A couple of people said Kobe because she's funny and her epic temper tantrums. And then a ton of people chose Kevin because he's all about fun and he makes funny machines and all kinds of stuff like that. That was really also unexpected. And then we get into a few that, well, I kind of expected, but here we go. First of all, Stampy Longhead. A lot of people chose Stampy. It was a very popular choice, as you guys can see here, and mostly for the same reason. Family friendly, he's silly, he's nice, he's a good person, and pays attention to his fans. And then a lot of people, one of the most popular choices was your moms, which I think is great that you guys have your parents as a role model and as someone to look up to. A few people chose Ariana Grande, and then this was, I mean, I think this was a little bit more popular than Stampy, but almost about the same. It was Dan from the Diamond Minecart, and for the same reasons. He's fun, he's silly, he's playful, he makes amazing videos. It makes you guys want to make better videos, and he's an inspiration to all of you. Turtlecraft said they want turtles as their role model. And then Nikki Nguyen said their role model is the floor. It's always there for you, and when you fall, it will be there to catch you, even if it hurts. And then the last answer, which is my answer, well, actually, before that one, my answer is not this one, the ramen noodle package. So savory, so high in sodium, although, yes, it is your dad, along with all of these other people. My dad is my role model as well. I've always looked up to him, and he's always supported me. He's always supported my family and my sister, and I've always wanted to be like him, and he's kind of my inspiration for my YouTube channel as well, and being social and being funny. I get my sense of humor from my dad. So the question I want you guys to answer for next week is from Sheena1234ization, and it's, what is your favorite video that I have ever published, and why? I'm adding the and why part because that always makes them interesting. So before we get to the questions, I want to remind you to leave your own questions in the comments below so I can have something to answer next week. Remember, only one question per comment, but you can leave as many comments as you like. And I'm putting this funny little stream of comments on right now. It's just really funny, so check that out with the ostriches and bathroom attendants and ducks and turtles and flaming books. Also, if the comments on this Ask Think are closed, go to the most recent Ask Think and ask your question there. Now, on to the questions, and the first one is kind of, well, it's about the title, and I knew this was coming. I had already picked out your questions, and they already made the announcement this morning. You guys already know. Microsoft now owns Mojang, and therefore owns Minecraft. So you guys can call it MINECROSOFT, whatever you like. But, okay, first of all, this rumor came out that they were going to buy it for $2 billion last Tuesday. And if you guys go back and watch my Thinks Lab Window to Minecraft's Future and think about Microsoft while you're watching it, and you'll see why I made that video. It was sort of a tongue-in-cheek thing. My initial reaction was, oh, come on, don't buy it. But, and so we had Bill Gates and then the Windows logo, and we had Windows 8 on it, and I blew up the Windows logo at the end and all that stuff. But seriously, guys, so first of all, yeah, Microsoft bought Minecraft basically for $2.5 billion. They now own the game. They can do whatever they want with it. Now, I've seen a ton of stuff already, and it's only been about 15 minutes since the news broke. A ton of stuff about it on Twitter where people are, I guess, expressing doom and gloom, fear, uncertainty, and disinformation about it, also known as FUD. And this could actually be good for Minecraft. It could also be bad. I'm not saying that it's gonna be good or bad, but here's the thing: Minecraft has become huge, and Mojang hasn't quite kept up with the employees and the personnel really needed to support the game, advance the game. I mean, they've done a great job with the updates and not charging us for them, which may now be something that Microsoft ends up doing. But again, I have no idea. But in the Xbox, I've seen a few posts, one's from Mojang, actually one from Notch, and also from the president of Xbox for Microsoft. And they almost, in it, they kind of said, nothing's really going to change. We're not going to really touch Minecraft, like as in change it. So they're gonna try, or at least their initial statement is that they're gonna preserve what Minecraft is and what Minecraft has become, and they're still gonna do Minecon. They're gonna feature YouTubers, all of that stuff. It's in the post. I'll link it below so you can see Microsoft's statement about it, because that is actually the most important statement. No matter what Notch or Mojang says, oh, this is exactly what's gonna happen, it's really in Microsoft's hands now. So to see them post that immediately and say, you know what, guys, I know you're worried, but don't worry, we got this, is really encouraging. And I think that the resources that Microsoft has already in personnel, programmers and whatnot, could really, really be good for the game. I don't know what it means for multiplayer. I don't know what it means for modding. Those things I'm not sure about. Updates, maybe they'll charge like $5 for an upgrade, or maybe it'll be free. Who knows? We'll see. But they just did pay $2.5 billion for it, and they kind of need to get some of that back. So I'm sure they'll figure out ways to do it. I do know that they're supposed to, one of the reasons is they want to develop it for the Windows phone platform. Minecraft was never on that, so I'm sure they're going to put that as a priority. So those of you guys who have Windows phones, you can play Minecraft soon, maybe, if they if they actually do that. But yeah, so my opinion on this, my actual opinion is it could be good for the game. I think that Microsoft understands what they've bought, and they don't want to mess it up. I mean, again, $2.5 billion, and if they were to really, really change the whole game the way it works, and make the player base angry, they're going to lose their $2.5 billion. So don't forget that, guys. So I know your initial reaction is, no, I hate it. Why did they do this? How could they do this? Well, companies make investments, and no matter what, don't go and start a petition to have Microsoft not buy Mojang or anything like that. It's already done, and they've already committed to spending all that money. And the reason that, if you guys want to know why would they do this, the reason is because they felt like they could add more to the game and make more money from it. I mean, it is a business. The game is really made to make money. I mean, it's for us to have fun, of course. And initially, that's what Notch said in his post. And he said in his post, you know, guys, I just made a fun game and I didn't expect it to get this big. I didn't even want it to become this big. And I feel like I've lost touch with the community. And, you know, a lot of it, you know, Notch is blamed for everything. As the creator, anything that people don't like, it always comes back to him. And especially with the Eula thing, people were really, really upset with him specifically, even though it really had nothing to do with him. And I think that, according to his blog post, that was one of the central motivators for pursuing this deal with Microsoft. But I think that, again, I think it'll be, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. But my feeling is, and I've been wrong a million times before, guys. Sometimes I'm right, most times I'm wrong, but maybe this is one of those times where I'm right, where I think this could actually be good for the game. Okay, I think I just spent like 10 minutes on that. Well, it wasn't 10 minutes, but it was like 5. So, Harry Potter says, think in my notifications, it showed you like my comment, but my question was in the video, why do you trick me? Well, I like every comment that I see when I'm looking through Ask Think comments. I do that just so you guys know I saw your answer, and that's why I click the like button, but it doesn't necessarily mean that your comment will be in the video. Blanquita101 says, can we post our IGNs on YouTube instead of Twitter? No, because I always send out the tweet just before, or actually right as I'm making the custom NPCs. So I can't go through all of my comments on my videos looking for IGNs and things like that. I just want responses to my initial tweet. Marley53113 on CP asks, how many videos do you record and edit each day? It depends. It depends on what I'm doing the next day or how many videos I'm supposed to do for that day. You know, if I'm taking the day off, say, you know, on Saturday and Sunday, on Thursday and Friday, I'll do extra recording and editing so that I don't have to do any recording or editing over the weekends. Awesome Brad asks, do you think dreams can come true on any day of the week? Every day except for Tuesdays. No, of course, any day of the week. Molly Egan asks, do you usually use a pencil or pen? Well, usually a pen. We don't have any pencils around the house, maybe a couple, but they're all mechanical pencils and not, you know, the wooden kind with a sharpener. Real Gaming X asks, why did you choose Monday for Ask Think, or was it just random? I think it was just random, and after I did the first episode, people liked it, and I said, oh, I'll make it weekly, and then I just kept it on Mondays. Myrna Altagracia asks, what happens when Kopi has to take a bath? Well, I take the shampoo and conditioner, yes, Kopi gets conditioner, out from under the sink, and as soon as she sees the bottles or smells it, I'm not sure, she walks over to my wife and just puts her head on her lap or climbs on the couch and like leans against her, and I have to pick her up and carry her to the bathtub. All right, now some more news that was important from last week was the iPhone 6, iPhone 6 Plus, and Apple Watch. And am I getting them, and what's my opinion? Well, I'm gonna get the regular iPhone 6, which is the 4.7 inch. I cannot carry or fit a 5.5 inch phone in any of my pockets. And I think I'll be getting the iWatch, but only if my wife wants one, because I want to do that like tapping thing with her. And one more thing, a lot of people asked me about September 11th, which was last week, and was I in New York and things like that. If you check out my Draw My Life, I tell you exactly where I was and what was happening, so you guys can check out the story there. Sarah Halo asks, what do you do when you have to go pee really bad? I do the potty dance, don't judge. Well, I let it flow, let it flow. No, I'm just kidding. Although my wife does say that you shouldn't hold it. It's funny because, you know, when I was like, oh, like in a movie or something, she's like, I'm like, I really have to pee. And she's like, you know, if you don't go, you know, you're going to have incontinence issues, which is, you know, you can't hold it when you're older because you're stretching your bladder and things like that. And I'm like, well, what do you want me to do? Just go right here? I don't want to leave the movie. And she's like, ugh. So yeah, I just think dry thoughts. Sour Pickle Jar asks, has Kopi ever ridden on a subway and does she like it? Yes, she has, although technically it's not allowed in New York. She is a service dog, so she has a service dog vest, and I have taken her on the subway once. And I was, when I was standing on the platform in New York, at least, I don't know about subways where you guys live, there's no glass or anything. You could actually just jump right into the tracks. Not that Kobe was going to do that, so don't get worried. That's not where this story is going. But it's really loud because the train's ta-dun, 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 and it's all echoing and stuff. And so when the train came by, I covered her ears because I thought it would hurt her ears. And she didn't get scared. And when we were on the train, she was totally fine. Liam and Nelson asked, do you sometimes talk to yourself? I think the better question is, do you sometimes not talk to yourself? Because yes, I'm always talking to myself when I'm moving files even on my computer. I'm like, I want to move that to there. And I'll say it out loud all the time. The Awesome Guy 2001 says, what's wrong with being a nerd? It means smart and unofficially someone that is really into technology. What most people think of a nerd is really a geek. Well, see, those terms are kind of antiquated. Being a nerd nowadays, sometimes it's considered cool. It used to be way back someone who was, well, I want to say nerdy, but just someone who was really into their, really smart, which didn't used to be cool. Some people who were smart would pretend they weren't smart. And I'm talking about, well, obviously before I was in school, so we're talking like, caveman days. But yeah, no, people used to pretend like they weren't smart because it was cooler to be, in the middle like everyone else. Harrison Fletcher Brook asks, do you or your wife have OCD? Well, I think everyone does to some point. Not really like OCD, like everything's got to be, because like this place is a mess. My desk, if you guys can see it right now, it's just, everything is everywhere. So not really. There are certain things in Minecraft or when I'm building that bother me. Things have to be symmetric and things like that. But I think it's not because I'm like, oh, it has to be symmetric. It just doesn't look right if it isn't. And people do say, though, that surgeons in general have some form of OCD as well. Nova Cat asks, how often do you check your business email? Never, because I don't have a business email. I just have my one email address, and anyone can email me on it, you guys or anyone who wants to, I guess, quote unquote, do business. Zanester17 asks, can you show us a pic of your mouse? My mouse? I don't have a mouse. I actually have a hamster, and here he is right here. No, I'm kidding. I got that off of Google Images, but I don't have a, well, okay, I know what you mean. And if you want to see the mouse that I use, you can check it out on the Racer website. Angelica Hernandez asks, why do you have so many British friends? Well, I like them better than Americans. No, I'm kidding. I think a lot of it has to do with the time schedule that I have. As you guys know, I get up super early in the morning. I start work around 5 o'clock in the morning, which in the UK is 10 a.m. So, and then I'm done by around 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon here, which again is 8 or 9 p.m. in the UK, which is when most of the British people are working. Riley Knight asks, is Kobe fixed? Wait, who told you she was broken? She's been fine all... Oh, you mean... you mean Spade? Yes, she is. Widgie6 asks, would you rather eat raw chicken or raw steak? Well, if Minecraft has taught us anything, if you eat raw steak, you're fine. If you eat raw chicken, you get poisoned. And that's actually, it is actually true, well, kind of true in real life. If you eat raw steak or rare steak, or you can eat steak tartare, you can eat it raw, you don't get sick if it's prepared properly. However, if you eat raw chicken, you have a pretty strong possibility of getting salmonella. Legit Gaming asks, when I watch you, who plays as Kevin? Here are some guesses: brother, mother, sister, or friend. Well, most of the time, 99% of the time, it is just me using the morph mod or camera tricks or whatever. The only time that anyone else has ever played as Kevin was, actually 2 times. One was in the 300,000, the creepypasta one. Someone else played as Kevin, and that was a friend. And then during the Dragons one, my wife played as Kevin. The next person asked, Think, would you be embarrassed when your kid plays Minecraft with you? For me, I would be so embarrassed. No, not at all. I am totally looking forward to the day when I have a kid and they get old enough that we can play games together. It's gonna be amazing. Kelly Kawai says, on the latest Thinknoodles the 400k subs party, did you always have the hidden chest underneath your bed on the Noodle planet, or did you just add it for the episode? Actually, that hidden chest has always been there. When I was doing the episode, I was like, you know what? It would be really funny for me to put an ID in it. Normally what's in it is just a few noodle soups, and I don't open it or anything. It's just there as kind of an Easter egg. Now you guys know about it. I probably shouldn't have put it in the video so that maybe one day you guys would have discovered it on your own. But yeah, it's always been there. Hannah Kirby asks, hey, Think, so you know how you got stuff from a chest really fast? I'm kind of a noob. How do you do that? Well, that's, I think, like in the background here on the Hunger Games, you see me get things out of the chest really quickly, and I don't drag them. Well, what you do is you just put your mouse over the whatever you want, and then you shift click instead of click and pick it up, and it'll put it into your inventory. Carl Boone says, hey, Think, I was wondering why you do Thinknoodles instead of mod spotlights. I love your Thinknoodles, but in most of them you don't cover all the information. Why is that? Well, the reason is that a lot of people do mod spotlights, traditional mod spotlights, where they show you all the crafting recipes and how to do things. And if I were to do that, I don't think that I would really add much that they didn't. I mean, if they cover all the recipes, what am I gonna do? Show you, I don't know, better graphics? Nope. So I don't want to redo what 100 other people have done. So I'll let them cover that, and if you guys want to, you know, maybe you'll watch a Thinknoodles and you go, oh, that's a really cool mod, but I wonder how I do this. Then you guys can go and check out other people's videos on how to exactly to do things, and then I can focus my content on the storyline rather than the crafting recipes. Katya Maria Delgado de la O asks, on upgrading Minecraft Thinknoodles, how did you lay down? That was actually part of the More Player Models mod. It allows you, I think the keys are ZXCVMB. You can lay down on your back, you can lay on your front and crawl, you can wave, you can dance, and one other thing that I can't, oh, and you can put your arms in the air. You guys may not have noticed that in the 400,000 video, but I was holding the noodle soup up. You can do that as well. I'm Sarantal asks, what is your opinion about James having 2 Mews, a Mewtwo, and a Ditto? Honestly, I'm trying to get the developer to upgrade us to Minecraft 1.7 and then delete James's player information and be like, oh, I don't know what happened during the upgrade, but you lost all your Pixelmon. And then it'll be more even. No, I'm kidding. No, good for him that he has gotten all those. He spends a lot more time on the server than anyone else, so he deserves them. Jerome Villanueva says, in the Thinknoodles episode, I crashed my own party. Can't remember the correct title. Sorry. Was the green lasers part of the mod, or was it just editing? No, the green lasers are actually part of the mod. Actually, all of the lights, the blue ones too, the disco balls, all of the stuff you saw in there was not editing. Those were actual parts of the mod. Even the speakers actually were part of it. And if you noticed, as I got closer to the DJ booth and the speakers, it got louder, and as I got further away, it got softer. I tried to demonstrate that by going in and out of the dance area in the lab. But yeah, that's all part of the mod. Kopi says, my new puppy that I'm getting next year, Australian Shepherd. What? Dog, you're not getting a new puppy. That's all. You are not getting a new puppy. I forbid it. And get off of YouTube already. All right, guys, that's it for this week's Ask Think. Don't forget to leave your question in the comments below so I can have something to answer next week. I'll see you guys again soon. Thanks for watching, and say it with me, of course, Noodle on!